Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. Disengage limiter.
On your left. Clear left.
Fourteenth. Alright, Aaron, we need to watch the track limits. Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Disengage limiter.
Firstly, congratulations to the Alcantech Enasha by SimLab, who is
Right side. Clear
first
right.
team champion with his 821 points. The battle continues for the sub racing and the comrade at the second and third place. So congratulations to the Alcantech Enasha by SimLab. For the driver championship, 9 points between the two leaders in pro and 9 points between the two leaders in AM. So we have good battle for this night. Hope you have clear race, please guys. Not like the first race in Zandvoort. Please be respectful between us, and enjoy your event, enjoy your final,
This lap won't
and
count.
see
You've got the
you
track.
at the interview.
Sector 1 is 2.9, off the pace.
Car right, clear right.
That's your quickest lap in this session. That lap was at 141.3. Sector 1 is 2.8, off the pace. P14. That puts you 8.3, off the leader's pace.
Right side, clear right. Left side, clear left.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 101 Fahrenheit. Sector 3 is 1.7, off the pace. Okay, Aaron, 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Sector 1 is 2.1, off the pace. You've got half your fuel left. Sector 3 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 2.0 off the pace. Watch the track limits, please, Aaron. One gallon remaining. Sector 1 is 1.9 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 3.6 seconds off the pace. Track limits, they'll invalidate this lap. That's 5 minutes of fuel left. Sector 1 is 2.1 off the pace.
left. Clear left.
You're currently 7.4 seconds off the pace. That lap was a 134.2. Okay, Aaron, we're running on fumes, mate. Pit this lap, in this lap. Half a gallon of fuel remaining. Sector 1 is 2.2 seconds off the pace. Track limits, keep it within the lines.
Left side. Clear left.
Look out for the pit speed limit. The guy ahead has just done a 129.8. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Holy shit, I made my box.
There's traffic behind, take care.
On your right. Clear right.
leader has just done a 126.8.
Hello everyone, my name is Dorian and welcome to another track guide with the F3. We are at Interlagos, and as always I have a free setup for you guys as well. It's in my Discord, link in the description. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm just going to show you guys the lap real quick, and then we're going to go over it corner by corner. See you on the track. Okay, so we're coming up to turn number 1. Let's look for a braking point past the 50, between the 50 and the end of this kind of I don't know what it is, concrete barrier. We're gonna start braking, so right around here. I don't have any other specific spots really. And we're gonna stay to the left, to the right of the road, just slightly turning left as we brake, 60% pressure, and bleeding off as we approach our turn-in point, which is right around here. And gonna turn in very late, as you can see, very lazy with the wheel at first. Trying to set up the car so it has plenty of weight on it on its right side before I start to turn in, so I don't lose one of either the front or the rear, don't understeer or oversteer. So I'm very gentle at first, but as soon as I hit the apex, or as soon as I hit this curb, because this is the apex, you want to be a little later than I have, but as soon as you hit this curb, plant it. So 50%, as soon as I straighten out the wheel, 100. I'm staying in third the whole way through here, this left-hander and this right-hander. Taking the car to the middle of the road and turning in. Being pretty aggressive here. I want to get the car to turn in early, and staying all the way to the left on the exit here. Going to the right to line myself up for the next braking point. So after this little access route, so the braking point is between the end of this access route and the 50, but by the time you get to the 50, it's too late to look there. You want to be looking at the apex from this point on. So as soon as I finish it, I wait just a little bit and I start braking. Already looking to around this vicinity. Brake downshifting all the way into 4th gear, 50% pressure. We're going downhill. You don't want to put too much pressure on the brakes and spin out. And starting to bleed off the brakes at this point, turn in. A little bit of braking, just a tiny bit all the way into the apex and back on the power pretty damn aggressively, so pretty much 100%. There's a little bit of hesitation there at first. You can see that I was touching it a little bit. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Bam. Because you're going in 4th gear, so the car doesn't really get upset if you're aggressive with the power. And we'll give you a good turn in. turn-in speed. I mean, you really want to carry high gears into the turn-in here, and pretty much all of the corners. Like here, you want to turn in fifth gear, so you're only downshifting once from sixth at around this point, I would say. Looking for the first apex, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really looking for it. I want to drive around it a little bit. Still try trail braking just a tiny bit, and as soon as I clear the first apex, I'm gonna start accelerating. But I'm being very modular here. I'm trying to rotate the car and accelerate at the same time, so I keep backing off and pushing forward a little bit more until I feel like the car is on rails again. Taking it to the outside. No real braking point, but you can look at this sign, I guess, right before you start braking. 35-40% pressure. I'm really trying not to lock up here. Very easy thing to do. And I'm entering the corner in third gear, and it's very important to keep that high gear on turn-in and only downshifting very late. Trail braking all the way into the inside, cutting it like crazy because and 50% at first just to stabilize the car, and as I open up the wheel back to 100, and hugging it the whole way through here. So you can see I was almost at full throttle for a little bit, but I'm trying not to be too greedy here, because you just want to carry a nice tight line throughout this corner to take the shortest route possible. You don't want to be too greedy and go wide on the entry. I'm just being very neutral here, trying to maintain the front end of the car, not to understeer. As soon as I can sort of feel the car is planted again, back on the power, 70%, and then back to 100.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 97 Fahrenheit.
And got this tree here that I always aim for, and you got the end of this access route. This is sort of where I start braking. So I would say right around here. I make the decision, let the car go left because I want to keep as straight a wheel as possible, and start to turn in at this point. Third gear on entry. Look at how late this downshift is. Trail braking all the way into it. Only gonna downshift now. So right at this point, I'm gonna downshift. That will put me on the curb, and as soon as I'm on the curb, I know it's safe to go back to the power. Look at how aggressive it is. Back to 100%. Obviously, it washed me out just a little bit to the outside, but I managed to get back to the middle of the track before this left-hander. It's not... I mean, you can stay on the left and still make it through this corner just fine, but better for the tires and maintain that mid-corner speed. Braking point here, you got these patches here. These two guys. That's my braking point, so as I sort of reach it, as they disappear from my field of view, I start braking in a straight line, even slightly diagonally to the right here. 50% pressure, just maintaining it for a pretty long time before I start bleeding off at this point, as this drain kind of merges into the tarmac. This is your turn-in point, so slightly before it. Leaning off the brakes into third gear, and it looks like I'm gonna steer too much into the corner, and that's kind of my technique to go through this corner. You kind of steer too much into it, take a little slow approach, but go very aggressive on your return to the throttle. So slamming it back to 100% in third gear took me out to the outside nicely, and lining the car up to the left here, staying on the left the whole way through, and that will give us a 126.892. Hope you guys.
That's the end of the session. P16. Pit exit's clear. Okay, Aaron, we've got 3 laps to get the job done.
Fucking back wheel hit that grass.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 95 Fahrenheit. P10. leader's just done a 127.2. P11.
Whew, what a save.
The leader has just done a 127.1. One gallon remaining. P16.
Right. Roman Grosjean is right in front of me. 2.8K off. I wish I had more than 10 minutes of practice, but, you know, I have to make excuses even before the race starts. He had there. I don't know. Oh, you locked up? Checked up behind him. I had nowhere to go. I got a 4x for that. Imagine. Now I got trouble in my rear view. He's hungry, I can tell. Good exit. Stay in front of him. Very carefully focus on your exit. There you go. Being chased, it's all about exits, man. I went a little wide.
Got one on your right.
He's gonna put his nose in. Gonna allow it. Oh, that's a late move, my friend. And I think I got some damage from that. That
That's
was
the
a
end
little
of the
late,
session.
Taylor.
16th
My
place.
voice doesn't work. A little late, my friend.
Damn, I was gonna turn the TV on mute so I could peek at the Xfinity race. I guess I'll do it after the first race. Dude, I bet G was fucking kicking himself for introducing him. I mean, that's how someone that's sad and bitter would look at it. I feel like if I was him, I would be proud of myself for starting something so beautiful.
.99 laps. Okay, Aaron, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Green, green, green!
Wow, they got it all sorted out. That's incredible.
.15th place.
Nice.
We've had a cut warning. Keep it tidy. Please, Aaron.
Last place again, nigga!
leader's just done a 128.9. B16. The gap to Martin ahead is increasing. It's now 15 seconds. The leader has just done a 128.5. Sector 2 is 2.2 seconds off the pace. The leader's just done a 127.4. The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines. That's your quickest lap. Okay, Aaron, the next car is Olsen. That's your best lap in this session. That lap time was 1:32.3. The leader has just done a 1:27.2. Okay, Aaron, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. The car in front of us is Martin. Sixteenth place. right, Aaron. Your lap times are pretty consistent. White flag, one more lap. We've been warned about track limits. P16. Okay, it's over. Checkered flag. P16. Temperature's falling. It's now 88 Fahrenheit.
Yes, we get it. Dale Jr.'s in the car. We don't care.
Junior, he was not enjoying it. No.
just a mental note there. Didn't like the racing that was going on. So, yeah, we hear both sides of the story. That's the great thing about being able to listen in on the radios.
So listen, I've obviously known Dale Jr. race with him for a long time, and it's truly pleasurable to hear him having fun in a race car. you always had fun driving, but DJ, when you're a full-time guy trying to do this, you just know the pressure that's on all of those drivers in the garage area. So to just hear him having a good time out there running, it's great to listen to.
Totally different.
And it looks like everyone is going to go past pit road. Maybe a taker or two. We'll be right back.
Jeb got a penalty, it looks like. Either that or he's... No, because if he had to drop the tail end, he'd wave around. Cindric, Burton, Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs. So where the fuck is Earnhardt? $19th. Oh, John Hunter's in the car. Nice.
I respect it though. I respect the effort. I hope I don't have damage. It feels like I do on the high-speed corners. I should be able to crawl back to him if I don't have it. Losing some time on the straights. Yeah, I definitely have damage. Not huge. I got lucky, but it's gonna be very difficult to keep up with them now. Okay, well, finished 6th. I guess pretty much as well as I could have expected, considering the damage. So, you know, not a bad result. But I wish I could have given you guys a race all the way to the end. Now, if earlier on, if at this point, I would have decided to hold my line, the line that I was building just now, instead of just understeering myself away from it, as I could have lifted to get all together and stay tight. I was worried about netcode, but when I did that, I signaled to the guy to my right, look, door's open, do that as you please. So he did, went all the way to the middle of the track, and I was gonna shut the door on him, have as much space to the next corner as possible. So I was steering to the right, trying to carry the car to the right, and as I saw him, I try to react. You can see that at this point I knew something bad was gonna happen because he just showed up in front of me. I was positive he's gonna be right around here. So yeah, I try to react, and a little bit of damage, my part at least. It doesn't look like he was damaged. He was just flying past through these two guys. So it is what it is. Lesson learned. I should hold my line a little bit better next time when I'm racing against these type of drivers. That are insanely quick, and they will take advantage of any small mistake that you do. And this might be a precaution, but in this split, I should. What do you guys think?
testing policy for 1988. Richmond was thrilled about the testing, as it would prove he wasn't a drug user.
Tim, do you have a drug problem?
I'm sorry, but that question has been asked more than once here, more than once by everybody, and I am not answering that question. I am going to let the drug test in Daytona answer it, and NASCAR can answer it for y'all. And if they don't answer it the right way, then I'll have my little bottle, and there will be another answer there. Because I know whether it's dirty or whether it's clean, and it is clean.
Because he won a pole in 1987, Tim was eligible to race in the 20-lap Busch Clash. While his health probably wouldn't allow him to run in the Daytona 500, this could be his last chance to ever drive a race car. With all these storylines going in, the 1988 Daytona 500 promised to be the climax of one of the most chaotic speed weeks anyone could remember. The stock car portion of Speed Weeks 88 began on Wednesday, February 3rd, with practice for IROC and ARCA. All eyes were on the comeback of IndyCar star Roberto Guerrero. In 1987, Guerrero lost the Indy 500 after hitting a loose wheel and breaking the clutch on his car. While the wheel killed a spectator in the stands, the Colombian driver escaped with his life after it came inches from hitting his head. In September, Guerrero once again cheated death. 4 days after winning at Mid-Ohio, he crashed while testing at Indianapolis.
While tire testing at Indianapolis, a broken rear suspension sent his car into the wall. The right front tire came back and hit Guerrero in the head. Unconscious and in critical condition at Methodist Hospital, and not an optimistic forecast from neurosurgeon Dr. Michael Turner.
It will be 6 months to a year before we're fully sure how much he'll recover. And because the recovery phase from a head injury actually lasts 1 to 2 years. People will continue to improve for that long period.
In a coma for over 3 weeks, Guerrero was given experimental near-toxic levels of barbiturates by Dr. Stephen Olvey to reduce pressure on his brain. Miraculously, the driver made a full recovery and rehabbed his brain to pre-accident condition.
Wow.
The IROC event 5 months later was to be his first race back, but in practice, the feel-good story ended. Running in a 3-car draft, Guerrero was spun by Chip Robinson and hit the wall in turn 3. He was diagnosed with a broken foot and would miss the IROC race. The comeback story was over before it began. Drawing for starting spots in the Busch
Allmendinger's leading. Let's go.
Thursday, with Jeff Bodine claiming the pole. Tim Richmond was negotiating to drive Ken Reagan's car in the event and expected to have a deal done by Saturday. On Thursday afternoon, Richmond took his drug test, and the sample was flown overnight to NASCAR's official drug tester, Dr. Forrest Tennant, in California. Tennant was also the tester for the NFL. Practice began on Friday, with NASCAR inspectors tearing apart illegal cars.
The leader has just done a
This week, busy crews were doing
127.4.
corrective surgery on Pontiac deck lids that measured an inch too long. And it wasn't an isolated case. Virtually every Pontiac in the field was chopped up. Neil Bonnet says it's monkey see, monkey do.
Just like I've always raced, and everybody that comes to Daytona races, when they give you a set of rules, you try to go to the limit on the rules. And well, the cars were a little bit longer than what NASCAR had wanted, and there were some cars down here like that, so we had to have a car like that ourselves.
Jeff Bodine was fastest in practice, was the favorite to win the pole position.
Bobby Allison also had an illegal car. Bobby, what's the story?
Well, I don't know. I think it swelled up on the truck a little on the way down here.
We weren't going to buy that. We pressed for an answer, but Bobby kept his tongue firmly in his cheek.
Well, you can't tell. You know, you put them on diets and you give them special things to eat to make them go fast, and sometimes it displaces itself in the wrong places.
On Saturday morning, Tim Richmond was ordered to the NASCAR hauler, where he was informed he failed the drug test, told he had tested positive for amphetamines and opiates. He was suspended indefinitely. Richmond gave a second sample that would be tested again. In Daytona 500 qualifying, speeds were nearly 20 miles an hour slower than they had in 1987, and it was Ken Schrader posting the fastest speed.
From the Daytona International Speedway, CBS Sports is pleased to bring you live the 1988 Busch Clash.
Pace car is in. Field is ready to go. Coming down for a start on the brake. Earnhardt jumps it. He's away. Wallace comes with it. Now Now Bodine. Jeff Bodine on the bottom side going for the lead. Midway down the back straightaway first time. Pictures, and here comes the Richard Childress, that big black machine on the outside. Marauding right against the wall, getting pressed tightly in there. Thought for a moment there might be contact. Davey Allison, 26 years old, has just overwhelmed Rusty Wallace to take over in second place. Bobby Allison up into third spot. Davey Allison, his young son, right there in second spot. Can't get to the outside. He tries again. Bobby Allison in that Buick rides in third. Chevrolet first. Ford second. Buick third. Is this just a test run of next Sunday's Daytona 500? I believe so. Here they come to the line. Coming down for the checkers. Earnhardt is in front. Davey Allison trying to move. At the stripe, it will be Dale Earnhardt winning here today in the Busch Clash. Davey Allison will take second. Bobby Allison finishing in third.
Sunday afternoon's ARCA race saw Mickey Gibbs hold off Red Farmer for the victory, but getting the most attention was fourth-place finisher Jay Summers, who had a surprising backstory.
He's the most recent winner of the Michigan Lottery to the tune of $5.7 million. And the first
Wait, what?
all that money lottery to the tune of
story.
He's the most recent winner of the Michigan Lottery to the tune of $5.7 million. And the first thing he did with all that money was go buy an ARCA car from Haas Ellington. Qualified at fourth, finished at fourth in his very first Daytona start. Hey, Jay, how does it feel to be a millionaire race car driver?
I haven't changed my ways at all. It just now I can race and do things the way I want it, and I make the decisions because I own the cars now.
One day after the Busch Clash, NASCAR announced that Tim Richmond had passed a drug test.
Then on Tuesday, officials revealed that until he passes a physical, he can't race, and he can't pass the physical unless he submits medical records from his 1987 stay in a Cleveland hospital where he was reportedly treated for pneumonia. Tim Richmond, ineligible to drive a Winston Cup stock car in the wake of two controversial drug tests, is discussing his next move with his lawyer. That lawyer is Barry Slotnick, defense attorney for so-called subway vigilante Bernard Getz.
On track, drivers were struggling with poor handling cars.
How the face of stock car racing has changed. New rules have affected the way these cars behave, and even the old veterans haven't figured out the
Dave Despain. Wow, he's young.
To overcome the slower
haven't figured out the answers to all of the questions, as we're going to see.
To overcome the slower speeds, teams reduced drag by lowering their spoilers to near horizontal levels. Lack of downforce meant the cars were harder to drive than ever before.
That's the end of the session.
It becomes a guessing game and a compromise. Flat spoiler, go fast, stand it up and be safe. We'll see what they decide at Daytona 500.
Let's go, AJ.
Doing this. Well, so he's giving up that extra set of tires in the final stage. So he'll put brand new tires on at the end of this stage, brand new tires on at the end of stage 2. Now that final stage, if it goes green, no hard, no foul. They can run 100 laps, so everybody will be equal up. If a caution, though, he's going to be kind of upside down. But I think, you know, this is a great move for the 44 car because at some point, I think it's great to energize your guys, to energize your partners, to energize your driver. Dan Stillman brings this car in, throws some tires on it, and says, you know what? We have a feeling we know where we're going to end up, plus or minus 5 spots if everything goes as planned. Let's go up there and prove to ourselves how we could run. Let him see the leader. Get ready to let him pass the leader.
99 laps.
Get some good TV time as you were pointing out for
Fahrenheit.
sponsors, but from a driver's standpoint.
Get ready. Green, green, green.
Car left. Clear left.
Woo! I wasn't in it this time, boys. Someone else went airborne, not me.
Well done, Aaron. Good start. P12. The leader has just done a 128.2. Your lap time was a 132.9.
On your right. Still there. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
That's a new fastest lap for Spencer, 128.0. The gap to Martin ahead is increasing. It's now 2.1. P14, you've just done a 133.2. Okay, Aaron, we've just cut the track. Olsen is getting closer. The gap's come down to 3.0. Fastest lap for Spencer, 127.6. P13. Come on, Aaron. Don't let him get away. Fastest lap for Spencer, 127.5. P14, yellow flag. You've just done a...
Left side, clear left.
Really? I don't know what the fuck that was about. I was trying to look out for the wreck in front of me, so I don't know if I did something or...
That's a new fastest lap for Spencer, 127.1. We've been warned about track limits. The gap in front has increased to 2.9.
He probably got a drive-through. Because he had spun so many times when he hit me, that was probably a... Yeah.
16th place.
What am I at? 9? Yeah.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Olsen. That was 131.4. The gap to Olsen ahead is now 5.1 seconds. P15. The gap in front has increased. It's now about 8.8. Yellow flag, caution. The car ahead's pitting. P14. That lap time was 1:30.9. Good lap. That's your quickest today. The gap behind is now 6.6.
Nice, there he goes.
The gap to Olsen ahead is increasing. It's now 17 seconds. 14th. Blue flag. The gap behind is now 13 seconds. Black flag. We'll need to come into the pits to serve it. You've got 3 laps to serve this penalty. Blue flag. The car ahead's pitting now. Blue flag. What's your speed limit in the pits? Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
That sucked. We probably would have got 13th.
The pit exit's clear. The gap in front is now 11 seconds. P15, white flag, 1 more to go.
I can't believe I signed up to do this shit again, man. Blue flag. th place. Okay, we're done. Thank God. Who got it? Well, I wonder if that means Matt wins the championship.